On a cold winter night in Victorian London, the streets lay quiet beneath a blanket of silver snow. Warm lamps flickered, carolers sang, families hurried home to glowing fireplaces. But at the end of a dark street, in a cold, lonely office, sat a man named Ebenezer Scrooge. Hard, bitter, and colder than the winter outside. To Scrooge, Christmas was nonsense. Joy was foolish. Kindness was a waste. Inside his office, his clerk Bob Cratchit shivered beside a tiny fire that gave almost no heat. But Bob never complained. He had a family to care for, and a little boy named Tiny Tim who walked with a small crutch and a big, hopeful heart. When charity collectors came asking for donations to help the poor, Scrooge slammed his ledger and growled, "Let them help themselves. I don't care." He locked up, muttering at the cheerful laughter on the streets, and walked home through thick fog. At his front door, something strange happened. The brass door knocker moved. It stretched and twisted, until it became the ghostly face of his old business partner, Jacob Marley. Scrooge stumbled back in fear, but when he blinked, the face was gone. That night, as he sat by the dim fire, chains rattled. A cold wind swept through the room, and there he stood, the ghost of Jacob Marley, wrapped in heavy chains, glowing with icy blue light. "Ebenezer," Marley cried, "these chains are the weight of my greed. You will wear the same unless you change your heart." Before Scrooge could speak, Marley faded, and a soft white glow filled the room. The ghost of Christmas past appeared, shimmering like a candle flame. "Come," it whispered. In a heartbeat, Scrooge found himself watching his own childhood. A little boy, lonely, reading by candlelight while other children played. He watched his younger self grow, a young man laughing at Christmas parties, dancing with friends, full of happiness he had forgotten. Then he saw her, the woman he once loved. She left him with tears in her eyes, because he cared more for money than for her. Scrooge's heart trembled. Before he could speak, the scene faded, and a warm golden light filled the room. The ghost of Christmas Present stood smiling, a great joyful giant dressed in green. They visited Bob Cratchit's small home. The family sat around a tiny dinner, small meal, big smiles. Tiny Tim lifted his crutch and said softly, "God bless us, everyone." Scrooge felt something strange inside him. He felt moved, but the ghost grew old quickly, fading like melting snow. Then came a silent, tall figure wrapped in black. The ghost of Christmas yet to come. No face, no voice, only a pointing hand. The ghost led Scrooge through a snowy graveyard. He heard voices, cold, cruel laughter. "Good thing he's gone," people said. "No one will miss him." And then Scrooge saw it, his name carved into a lonely gravestone. "Tell me this can change," he cried. "Tell me a life of kindness can erase this future." The ghost did not answer. Instead, the world vanished, and Scrooge woke in his bed, alive, breathless, and full of joy. He threw open the window and shouted to the world, "Merry Christmas!" He bought the biggest turkey in the shop. He knocked on Bob Cratchit's door with gifts, food, and laughter. The Cratchit family stared in surprise, and Tiny Tim smiled brighter than the sun. From that day forward, Scrooge became a man of warmth and kindness. He helped the poor, gave to the lonely, and filled the world with generosity. He became like a second father to Tiny Tim, and the boy lived happy and healthy. And every Christmas after, the people of London said, "No heart is too cold to be melted. No soul is too lost to be found." Scrooge proved that change is the greatest miracle of all. And so, every snowy Christmas night, the stars shine a little brighter over London, reminding us that kindness can save a life, and love can save a soul. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.